This is a paper slideshow presentation of the Battle of Anzio by Ozzi and Dax.
Okay. The Battle of Anzio. Who, where, and why? In late 1943, Britain and the United States had sought out a plan to invade mainland Europe. They started off in an attempt to capture Rome, and so they landed in South Italy, where they would move through its terrains, where the Germans would set up a defense called the Gustav Line. The Battle of Anzio was planned to drop Allied soldiers in the city of Anzio in an attempt to divide the German forces from the Gustav Line and weaken their defense. Here you can see the U.S. and British soldiers landing in Anzio saying, "We want Rome," but the Nazi soldiers shooting back saying, "Never, you won't weaken us by dividing our troops."
Operation Shingle. Operation Shingle was developed by British Prime Minister Winston Churchill. The plan was to put Allied troops north of the Gustav Line in the city of Anzio and have them in attacking formation. This was intended to draw enemies away from the Gustav Line so they can go through Anzio and capture Rome. This would also weaken the Gustav Line's German defense, easier for the other allies to break through the line. This was all scheduled to happen in January of 1944.
Okay. This is a world map showing the exact location of Anzio, Italy. This is a better detailed map that shows Rome, Anzio, and Gustav Line in Italy compared to other surrounding cities. This shows the troop movements in Italy, how the Allied forces, they landed South Italy at the Gustav Line, and they tried to break through to head to Rome, and the other Allied forces in Anzio broke through the beachfront to meet up with the Gustav Line troops and head to Rome. Anzio troop movements. This shows how the Allied troops, they came from the waters and landed on the beach area in Anzio, and they set up 3 infantry stances on the beach areas where they would fight the German soldiers.
The Battle of Anzio from the U.S. and Britain point of view. At the start of the Battle of Anzio, 36,000 Allied troops and several thousand transport vehicles were able to land on the beach where this battle has taken place. The Allies were able to wait on the beaches until more reinforcements came. With the Germans' great defense, the Allies gained territory little by little over a long period of time while suffering major losses. So as you see in the picture, they're getting more territory by also taking major losses.
German response. While the Allies were waiting on the beaches for reinforcements, the Germans were doing the exact same while building a strong defense. They formed their defense on the high grounds that surrounded the beach area. Although being divided in troops, the Germans still had the advantage with their defensive skills and numbers. Here you can see that there are soldiers hiding behind sandbags, shooting at Allied troops that are on the beach, and then they're all saying that we are stronger because they have better defensive skills and they have many troops.
Casualties. The Allies had lost 43,000 troops over the course of this battle, whereas there were 40,000 Nazi casualties. So as you see on this kind of bar graph setup, you see that the Allies, meaning the US and the British, had lost 3,000 more than the Nazis.
The conclusion. Eventually, the Allied troops were able to break through the Germans' defense in both Anzio and the Gustav Line. These troops had later gathered together and headed to capture Rome on June 5th, 1944. Here you can see 2 groups of soldiers, both US and British, meeting up together after breaking through the German defenses. They meet up and say, "Hey, let's go capture Rome." The end.